Hey everybody, welcome back to the Quiet Room. This is Claudia Ray. So I'm just gonna talk to you guys and just talk to you guys for a minute while I retighten a few of my sister locks. So it is spring break for my family, not for me. This is my first time not being on spring break in a long time, in almost 20 something years, because I'm not a teacher anymore. I'm a registered behavior technician. So this video, I'm just going to do my sister locks and talk to you guys about a few things that's going on with me. So this week, it feels like spring break for me, even though it's not spring break, because since my husband and daughter are on spring break, I don't have as much running around after work to do. So it feels like a break because I am, at home early, like 5, 6 o'clock. I'm home. So that's pretty early for me. So that's nice also. So even though it's not the same, I do have that little bit of reprieve or break. Um, well, let me tell you about my sister locks. So I got my sister locks the COVID year. So I got them July 2020. And I went to Locked Life in Plano with Reese. I love her. She is amazing. I started with 604 sister locks, so quite a bit. And originally, I think my hair was like 15 inches or something like that. So originally, or 11 inches actually. So originally, I was quoted 1,500 for the 11 inches or 12 inches in some parts, and 14. You know, your hair is different in places. So originally, I think I was quoted 1,500 for that, but I decided to cut it off anyway because one, my hair grows super quick, so I cut it down to 7 inches, and it was 1,100. And originally, I was quoted for 4 days, but it actually only took her three since I cut those off. So 3 days, and I'll insert a picture here of when I started. And then that December of COVID, I took the Sister Locks retightening class because I wanted to, be able to do it myself. We were pretty much through COVID at that point, as far as like the salons and things being closed. But at that point, we were all like, you just never know. So I went ahead and took the class. Um, so on average, it takes so the first 3 years. So this is almost year six for me. So the first 3 years, I went and got them done faithfully, religiously, just because I didn't want my grid messed up. But after a while, it adds up because my sister locks. I have a lot of hair, and in a second I'll show you my undercut. I think I've showed it to you before, but I have a lot of hair, and my hair grows really fast. So on average, it takes people about 6 hours to do my retightenings and my hair. And so that most people charge you by the hour. Like Reese and some other people, I used to also go to S2R in Richardson. She could get my hair done in 3 or 4 hours as well as could Reese, but everybody couldn't. And so people charge you by the hour. So I paid more for people who couldn't get it done as fast. So like with Reese and them, it would be like $300 to $300, but other people could end up paying more just because it would take them longer. So I didn't want to pay $300, $400 or an unpredictable amount each month. So I ended up doing it myself, I guess, this last year or two. And I'll tell you what really, kicked that off me for sure doing it by myself was, you guys know in 2022, I broke my leg in 6 places. So that kind of stopped me from going to get it done. So for I think 6 months, I guess not 6 months, I think it was like 3 months, I didn't even touch it because I was still just in recovery and I wasn't going to go to anybody's house or have someone come to my house for I think 3 months. I really didn't do anything. And then I got back on my feet and I went to my girl that I go to. Her name is Annette, and she did it with when I was in the wheelchair, I think twice. But either way, it just was always, that gets kind of pricey. So it's easier to do it on my own. The only problem is it takes me a while. And like this is spring break, so I have more time off. So I always try to do it when I have the time because I can get it done in 8 hours. But I've never just sat there and done it straight. So for me, it's usually like 2 hours here, 2 hours there. Um, and then I just try to stay on it. Honestly, my front, see, I was just combined one right there. My front is always done. The front, and I'll show you guys in just a second. front towards the middle is always done, but the back I'm really bad at it because I will double knot it. So I try not to do it. And honestly, I've just gotten my daughter to start doing it consistently this year. So before then, I would just try. I would probably make some two-headed dragons. Two-headed dragons is when you combine two. So I would probably make some two-headed dragons, and then I would end up just going in to get it fixed and getting somebody to help me with it. So the back really was like a cuss word for me, if you will. Let me show you the tool I'm using and then the kit that I got it out of. Where did it go? Oh, I dropped it. Hold on, let me find this tool real quick. Okay, so here is the tool that I use. I'll link it. But I really like this one because it's not too long and the thickness and width is just enough. It's wider than my locks, of course, because Sisterlocks are really small. But if you can see, there's a little groove there that my lock can fit in. It comes in a kit like this, and there are several other sizes. I usually don't use the other ones. They're usually two smaller ones. These long ones are actually really nice because they're skinny and they can get into it. But for me, because my locks are so small, I'm always in danger of combining two because it's so long. So I don't like that. I have the Sisterlock tool also because I took the retightening class, but I actually hate that tool. It's like a little white plastic clip, and I don't know, it's like you have to pop it down and open it. It's way more hassle. You guys seen I've done 2 or 3 just right now with you guys on the phone. So I just use this tool because it works for me. And I think this is like $12 for this whole kit. And I don't even use it all. So the only time I buy a new one is if I have lost it. I think total I have about 5, 6, maybe more of these because I've lost it or misplaced it. And so then I just have another kit on hand, or like I have one in my car or I have one in my job because just depending on where I am, I want to be able to do it. So yeah, I just try to keep this on hand, the tools on hand, because it's the only one I'm comfortable using. I tried once before to do the little knitting one, like the crochet one. No, that did not work for me. But again, I'm not that hand and eye coordinated, so maybe for other people it works better. But for me, this has been the best one to give me consistent results. And so I stick to it. But I've been using this probably since about 2022, so it's 2026. And I know my face is making all kind of faces, but it doesn't hurt. I don't know. So here, let me pause for a second and show you what I've done. So I am so I am about here. Okay, so all of these have been done, and then when I'm done, I'll do a twist out or a braid out to make them curly and crinkly because that's really cute. So I'm done with all of these. What I have left is this, so about half. And then I'll show you. So I have an undercut that's about that much. So that's what I mean, that the amount of hair I have is insane. And these have been broken off so bad, which is pretty horrible. You can see at the end I still have some blonde there, but I dyed these so much that they've just broken off, because originally when I used to dye it, I used to just keep dyeing the whole head over and over and over again. So basically I probably have dyed the length of my locks about 20 times, which is, you know, way too much for hair. So now I just dye, when I'm dyeing my grays, I just dye the roots. So I literally try to just keep the dye to just that part so that I'm not continuously damaging my hair. So hopefully hopefully my hair as it grows out will be better. I honestly wanted to cut my Sisterlocks this year just because I was tired of them, but I really do love them. I thought about combining them, but I think the undercut just gives me just enough because I have still a lot of hair, and I really do like it. When I was a kid, I think I told you guys that I always wanted braids. I used to always get individual braids, and I used to always tell my mother and my sister that I just want my own hair braid, and they were braided, and they were like, "There's no such thing as that." And so when I saw a girl with sister locks, I was actually at the gym, and I saw a girl with sister locks, and I was like, "What is that? You must tell me." And she told me sister locks. I think that was like 2019. So then I did my research and looked and looked and looked and looked and looked, and then in 2020 I got them because you have to commit to spending $1,500 on your hair. But I always say, think about it. If you get braids nowadays, they're two, three, four, 500. Some people pay 600, 500 for sew-ins, and people have been paying that. I'm from California. I remember they were paying that for sew-ins in 1995. So, um, and that's a sew-in lasts, I don't know how many weeks. I've only had one sew-in in my entire life. My friend, my college roommate Sean, God did it for me, and it was really cute. I'll insert a picture here, and I hated it so bad. It's so bad that we went and took pictures, and as soon as we got back from those pictures, I took it out. I felt so bad because I think she spent like 4 or 5 hours on it, maybe even longer, and I took it out. So that was the only weave I ever had in my life. Other than that, I just had braids. So sister locks were ideal for me. I did have a set of regular locks from, I had them for 9 years. They were much thicker, probably about maybe this thick. I'll insert a picture. But I'm an avid swimmer, so they just kept getting bleached and bleached and bleached and bleached and bleached. And so it was bleach damage. Not from dyeing it necessarily, but I spent a lot of time in the pool. And when I was in college, I was a lifeguard. So, and then all of my kids, they all can swim. So it was really bleached damage. So after about 9 years, I cut them off, and I actually got a perm for about 4 or 5 years. And then I went natural for about 10 years, 10, 12 years. And then I got these in 2020. So I knew I wanted to get them in 2020. So that is my sister lock journey. It takes me about 8 hours to finish. I probably honestly will not finish this spring break, but I will try. And then if I do, I will of course show you guys one of the pictures. Because if I finish, then I'll do the braid out. I try to save the braid out as a reward to myself, so I don't do it unless I've finished. So. All right, so the next thing I wanted to talk to you guys about for this spring break was that I took the whole week off of walking. You guys know I walked a whole lot in February and the first 2 weeks of March, but I took this whole week off, and actually a little bit more than a week because I think I walked last Thursday, and then it's Friday, and I'm just not gonna walk until next Monday. So I took almost 10 days off, and I think that's good for my body and recovery. So that's a really good thing that I did for myself was I was consistently walking for about 45 days straight, and then I took off for 10 days to give my body a break, and then I will begin walking. Eventually, I think I told you guys that I want to start going to the gym and swimming again. I have a 24-hour fitness membership, so they have a pool and a gym because I do want to slack off the walking. I don't have any problems or joints or issues. It's just you guys know how much hardware I'm carrying in my body. My right hip is I have pins in my right hip, and then my left leg. You guys have seen it. I have the 24 screws and staples. If not, I'll link the video where you guys can go look at that also. So I just want to be mindful of that. I'm not getting younger. It is very amazing that the weight is coming off, but I also don't want to hurt myself long term, if that makes sense. So I'm going to keep walking for March, but eventually I want to pair that with something else. I really don't like riding a bike, but a bike is good for you, so maybe. But walking is fine. I have to walk every day anyway. Like, think about it, you walk every day for your whole life. So walking is fine, but I want to do something that's less resistant. So that's where the swimming and eventually start lifting weights again because I actually love lifting weights. So eventually I'll start lifting weights also. Um, so yeah, that's my walking journey and my plan for the future as far as walking. All right. Okay, and then the last thing I wanted to talk to you about in this video was the massage. So I had a second massage and it was awesome. It was really amazing. I actually got I can't say it's a deep tissue massage because it's still just a regular massage, but it was a deep one. So it felt super good. I had the first time I had a female, and I asked her to go deeper, but she really couldn't. And so the next time they partnered me with someone who had really strong hands and arms, and almost to the point of pain. It wasn't pain, but it was like on my quads. I could say I was very close to the idea of that actually hurts and I need to jump. But it wasn't pain. It just was really deep. And I will tell you guys that in all of my life, I've carried all the weight up. You know, we've talked about this a million times. I carried all the weight on my upper body. And like, I have so much tension and pressure in my neck just in general. And I think that's just stress. And that could just be the upper body. And if I go back to it, right, I started this journey. I'm gonna say I got breast in seventh grade. So I was like 115 pounds, 5'5", and I got breasts. And I want to say I started with like a C cup. So I didn't start with little breasts. I had, you know, pretty nice sized breasts. And so that made me start hunching over kind of. And that made me not want male attention. Now there's other things that are in it too. That's kind of what my novel is about. You guys know I wrote my first memoir, The Cost of Light. So that's kind of what that's about too. There's other things that were going on in my life that kind of made me want to shy away from the male attention in that way. But I think I've just been curving myself over. I don't have scoliosis or anything like that. Even now, I can feel myself punching. But I think that's just like natural for me. So with that, if you think about that, that's so much tension in my neck. And so I say all that to say, because when I got my massage, he was just breaking up all of the knots in my neck and my body. And it does feel good. Also, one of the things I really like about walking is that walking made me feel tall. I'm not a girly girl at all, y'all. I'm kind of a tomboy, and walking made me have like a little switch in my hips, and I could just feel myself gliding. And walking just made me feel powerful. I would walk to it's funny because I never really listened to Beyonce's Renaissance album. I didn't listen to Beyonce much after Lemonade. I didn't. I didn't even give her the Pink album. I can think of the name of it, Platinum, I think. I didn't even give that album a chance, but Beyonce's beats and Sierra's beats are very fast paced, so they're good to walk to without being just in your face, raw, hammer, ha ha ha, or super heavy cuss words or something like that, because we all have our time and our spaces for everything. But Beyonce and Sierra give me the ability to walk at a very fast pace and not hear craziness, if you will. And I have a gospel playlist too that I listen to. But so I said all that to say that I really listened to, I got into Beyonce's Renaissance album and her Gave Cowboy Carter a Chance, and then the Platinum album. So they had some really fast paced songs on there that I listened to, and I kept up with that beat. So those helped me. And so it just had like a different sway in my hips, and it made me feel like I was walking taller. And all the tension was still there, but I just felt so much relief. And so with the massage, him getting out all the knots, it just really feels good. And I also told you guys that I signed up for the year membership for it. So it's $80 a month, and I go and get a massage once a month, or I can get stretched, or I can get a facial. I don't really like any and everybody on my face. Pretty picky about my face, but I've thought about the facial too. But I will do the stretching and I will do the massage for 12 months. So I'll keep you guys posted with that too. Next time I'm gonna do the Himalayan stones, and that's part of my Raystone retreats also. So next time I'm gonna do the stones. So I'm gonna try to see if I can record. And bring the camera in there. I did ask them the last time I was there, and they said that they would ask the owner, but they said that it's really up to me and the therapist who's doing the massage, if they feel comfortable and I feel comfortable. So I do. So I'm probably going to try to see if I can get the camera in there just to see it, especially with the stones, just to share that with you guys. So that'll be in April. So that'll come up in towards the end of April, and I'll share that with you guys. So yeah, I'm excited about that, excited about the tension falling. And if you remember back in November when I started this journey, I told you that there's just so many things that I want to adjust and change in my life. And for the better, some things I need to learn to let go and just to move forward. And that's why the Zepbound journey was so important to me. It was more than just about losing weight. It was the journey. And so I hope I'm doing a good job of sharing that with you guys, because that is what this is all about. The weight is the added bonus, of course, and that's why I chose Zepbound. Right, I didn't choose it because I just wanted my health right. I chose it because I wanted all of the weight off of me, but not just physically, metaphorically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. So I think I am doing that. Again, I will show you the shots that I did record this week, and I apologize for the ones that I didn't charge it to my head and not my heart. This is my third month still on YouTube, so that's still so exciting. I think I have 108 subscribers now, and I'm very thankful for each and every one of you guys. And you guys listen really hard, so I'm really happy about that. Like my average listen or watch is like 10 minutes, so that's awesome because that means majority of you are staying and listening, and that what I'm saying actually is impactful. So, when we do things, that's why we're doing it. So, so thankful, so much. So thankful for you guys. Thank you so much for watching The Quiet Room with Claudia Ray. Don't forget to like, subscribe, or comment. Your comments really mean a lot to me. I try to answer every single comment and take it into consideration what you are sharing with me as well as what I am sharing with you. So again, thank you guys so much. Bye. This is Claudia Ray. Okay, the next thing I wanted to update you guys on was the where I am with my Zepbound. So I officially finished my Zepbound. I'll insert the shots of there too. I did what I always do. I guess it's my third time. I thought I was recording and I wasn't. So I will show you what I have, but again, I didn't record the actual shot. I think I recorded the body shots. And that valve was my last 2.5 milligrams. So I don't know if you guys remember, but I had 8 weeks scheduled of 2.5, and then I was on 8 weeks of the 5 milligrams. And when I got the 5 milligrams, I was on my 7th week. So I got super excited and I just jumped ahead. So my 8th shot was actually 5 milligrams instead of 2.5. So I finished those 8 5 milligrams, and then I had the one 2.5 left. So that's actually what I took this week. And then you guys know I've ordered the Lavender Sky. I did decide to bump up to 7.5 milligrams, and the Lavender Sky is, I think it was $400 for 8 weeks of 7.5. So either way, that's still way cheaper than the actual name brand of Zepbound, because that's 8 weeks for half the price basically. So that we'll see, and I'll let you know if there's anything different. I was gonna do the glycine and the B12 version, but I just opted on doing the regular one. Well, a couple of reasons. One, I haven't been nauseous. Two, my energy is amazing and great. I don't really need anything to boost my energy. I was thinking about doing it, but I decided I'm so sensitive, I just want to stick with the same one single drug so that if there's any reactions that I know what it is versus trying to guess. And then the idea of having 8 weeks of something that I could have some kind of reaction to, I don't want to do that. I don't want to chance that. So I just decided to do the 8 weeks of the 7.5. I keep going back and forth on 7.5 or 5. And now that's also the beauty of Lavender Skies, because I get to decide what I want to do because it just comes in the vials and the vials are filled. So I just have to get out the right amount. And again, I'll show you guys and unbox it when I get it. So I could go to 5 milligrams if I want to. And let me tell you why I've thought about that. So you guys know I've been stalled for 992,000 days. No, but I've been stalled even with the amount of walking, even with the hydration. And what I've learned is maybe I'm actually eating too little. And I keep telling you guys that I'm trying to force myself to eat more, but it's really hard. So I wonder if I eat more, will I lose? So I kind of want to stay on the 5 milligrams just to test that theory out, but I just have not been successful in making myself eat. I tried to meal prep for myself and eat like eggs and oatmeal in the morning, a salad and salmon salad in the afternoon, and like beans and cheese, just the things that I like that are high in protein. And then I have yogurt. And even though it was packed, I just still couldn't eat it. I am hungrier now, so maybe, but again, I could just be going back down to that 1 week of 2.5, or just getting comfortable on the 5 milligrams because I am hungrier now. So I don't know for sure what I'll do. I'll let you guys know next week what I decide, because now that I have the Lavender Sky, I kind of have the freedom to do it, which is, I'm all about freedom. So I like that much better, that I have the freedom to choose how I want to do it, if that makes sense. Whatever I do, I'll stick to it for at least 4 weeks. I won't go back and forth. Like, I won't do 5 and then 7.5. I'll either stick to 5 next week or stick to 7.5. As far as where I'm leaning, honestly, I'm probably leaning towards 7.5, just because the scale is just driving me crazy. So I'm probably leaning towards 7.5, but also trying to be more diligent about eating. But it makes me nervous because 7.5 means it'll be stronger. It means I won't be as hungry. And I wonder, if I start forcing myself to eat, will I become more nauseous? So just all the things. Again, I'm trying to just know that this is a journey, not a moment. So it's fine. It's not one race. I'm not, showing up Saturday for the race. It's a journey. So I'm okay with it, either way. But I'm 90% leaning towards 7.5, and trying to do my trying to force myself to eat. And maybe I'll do something like the way I was so consistent when walking for February. If I could have that consistency with eating for 45 days, right, that would be a good telltale also. So maybe that's where I put my energy instead of walking as much. I focus on what I'm eating. So that could be a good March goal for me. We'll see. So that's what I'm doing. I'm officially with Lavender Sky, and then in April I do have my doctor's appointment. So I will tell you guys what happens with those as well. But as of March 19th, 20th, so the week of March 23rd, I will officially be using Lavender Sky for a few weeks. I say a few weeks, I don't mean that. I'll be using Lavender Sky. And then I'll let my doctor decide if I can qualify for my Geron. I think I said that wrong. But yeah, so then I'll keep you guys updated with that.